Hi guys, my name is Regina and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, we'll be drawing this cute dog using charcoal. And yeah, sorry guys if I didn't finish my Vlogmas series. I just didn't know what to film. Had to rethink all of the plan for this channel and for this year. So yeah, but now I kind of have an idea and I'll be making these types of videos from now on. So let's start with the materials. So for this tutorial, you will be needing this charcoal set. I'm using the Royal and Langnickel, so we need a vine charcoal, and there's like a graphite pencil and compressed charcoal, some blending stick or stump, and then this really tiny eraser for details, and this rubber eraser, and this gum eraser. Heavyweight drawing paper. Okay, so let's start sketching. So now I just start with the basic shape of the dog, and usually I get my pictures from Pexel or Unsplash. Those are good websites to look for photos if you're looking, for dog pictures or any picture really. So I'm just using a vine charcoal. So vine charcoals are really soft. They're you can like erase them really quickly with your hand. Like you can use them for coloring your background because they're just so easy to blend. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just blending the whole thing again with my hand so that I have like a base color. Like I just don't start with like a white paper, and I trace all over again the marks that I just did, the outline with the same thing with the vine charcoal all over again. And at this point, I'm not really worried about making mistakes, and I try to just eyeball everything. But if you're looking for a precise sketch, I'm sure there are other like ways to do it. But usually, if you're just looking for a loose sketch for a dog, this is how I do it. The more that you do this, the better that you get eyeballing or measuring the measurements of the whole dog, the face of the dog. Like you get better at measuring the distance between the eyes from the ears. So now I'm using a compressed charcoal. So this charcoal is, I think this is the soft one, so this is a bit darker. So I just start from the darker areas. I am just using this to darken the shadows again. And I'm using my blending stump. I think that's how this are called, those things. But yeah, I just try to blend them. You can use your hands too if you want. But yeah, I try to use these things. So I'm just continue doing the same process again until I have like a idea of how the values look or like the shadows look like. So yeah, I just continue to draw the rest of the details. I I just switch from charcoal to vine and from the compressed charcoal to vine charcoal until I build up the colors of the shadows, the colors of the shadows, like the darkness of the shadows. And I'm just drawing the body right now. And I just sped it up. Is that the right word? And I just speed it up. Yeah, and I just continue to blend, like, if, like, some areas that have too much charcoal, I just use my blending stick and then I just rub it. I just keep rubbing and, building up the colors. You can use your hands. You're always, welcome to use your hands with these things. You can also use some tissue paper if you have some, or some Q-tips. Like, you can use whatever materials you have right now in your house. It's so easy. Yeah. And now I'm just drawing the eyes. Yeah. I leave the areas with the highlights, like the lighter areas I don't really touch, but this is how I do it. Like, it seems like I'm going nowhere with these things. Like with these steps, like maybe you can see like the darkness that it's slowly building up. But it doesn't really matter if you make a mistake, if you like drew the nose in a different area, because charcoal is very forgiving. I think, because you can always erase it with the eraser and try it again. So it's fine if you make a mistake. And see what I'm doing? I'm just like drawing everywhere. Like, I'm not really worried if it makes sense or not. I just like go for it and then, see. And slowly you will see that your dog is emerging from all of the rubbing that you're doing. Okay, now I'm using my graphite or the charcoal pencil. This charcoal pencil is really great for details. I can draw like the nose with this, the shadowy areas, the mouth. And if you want to slow down and look at the details, you can use this because, when it's like you're focusing for me. So now I'm just erasing so that I can see the highlights. So if your drawing gets too dark and you don't know what you're doing anymore, you can use your eraser to look for the highlights, like the lighter areas, the ones that are closer to the white color. You can erase those and, leave those open. And you can always go back and forth using your smaller eraser like this one to erase the highlights that you see. Yeah, it's the reason why when you're using like pencils or like smaller erasers, when you use those, you kind of slow down with your work and you focus on the details. When you're using like charcoal, compressed charcoal, or divine charcoal, you use them for like the bigger picture. But if you're focusing on the details, then you can use like like this pencil. When I use this, I kind of slow down and I focus on like the little details more, like like the different darkness in the eyes. It makes you kind of slow down more. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm just looking for the lighter areas again. And slowly, when you keep doing this process, it will you'll be surprised, like, oh, now it looks like a dog. But earlier, you're just focusing on like shapes and stuff. But yeah, you kind of slow down when you're doing the details. I think at this point I was having trouble with the alignment of the dog. Like I was figuring out if I did the wrong measurement in this area. So I had to erase it again and redo it again. And which is okay. That's just drawing. You slowly, work your way to the drawing. It doesn't have to be perfect in one go. And that's basically how I do my sketch. So yeah, so this is me just trying to figure out where the highlights are. Kind of looks weird, but I don't know. I hope that this all makes sense with you guys. Hope you find this video tutorial helpful in some way when you're drawing your dog. Yeah, it's the reason why when you're using like pencils or like smaller erasers, when you use those, you kind of slow down with your work and you focus on the details. When you're using like charcoal, compressed charcoal, or divine charcoal, you use them for like the bigger picture. But if you're focusing on the details, then you can use like this pencil. When I use this, I kind of slow down and I focus on like the little details more, like like the different darkness in the eyes. It makes you kind of slow down more. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm just looking for the lighter areas again. And slowly, when you keep doing this process, you'll be surprised, like, oh, now it looks like a dog. But earlier, you're just focusing on like shapes and stuff. But yeah, you kind of slow down when you're doing the details. I think at this point I was having trouble with the alignment of the dog. Like I was figuring out if I did the wrong measurement in this area. So I had to erase it again and redo it again. And which is okay. That's just drawing. You slowly, work your way to the drawing. It doesn't have to be perfect in one go. And that's basically how I do my sketch. So yeah, so this is me just trying to figure out where the highlights are. Kind of looks weird, but I don't know. I hope that this all makes sense with you guys. Hope you find this video tutorial helpful in some way when you're drawing your dog. So I guess around this area, I was having problems of seeing the different values of yeah, of the shading that I did. You know, one trick to if you can't really see the values is to like walk or like just stay away from your art for a bit and then come back, and then you'll have a different perspective of your drawing. Another way is to do collage. So if you have like a value scale and you know, painted the value scale from 1 to 10, and then you make a collage out of that, like, that will really train your eyes to see the different values. That's really useful. If you see, like, what you're drawing as, like, shapes with colors and you can differentiate them from one another, that's basically what you're doing when you're drawing. So, the more that you do that, I know it's weird me explaining in words, you know, having a visual thing will be better, but that will make your art, like, you know, making art a lot easier. You know, it just takes practice, and you know, if you do it often, then you'll get better at it. But yeah, so yeah, this is the dog. The dog is almost done. And I hope you find this video helpful. This is like my first time doing this, something like this. I hope you guys like it. And I'm gonna do more of this. I'm gonna do like mixed media, anything I want, really. Before I was like trying not to do that because I was trying to focus on one thing only, but I don't think that's me. I get like bored quickly. I want to try different mediums, and so I'm going to do that. I hope you guys like that too. And join me in this journey. Oh my gosh, that sounds cheesy, but okay, guys. See you in my next video. So, I think I kind of like gave up with this dog already, and I'm just gonna do another dog in a different day. So I hope you guys like this sketch, and okay guys, bye. Okay, it's not done yet, but it's almost done. Okay, so now it's officially done. Okay, this is the close up. Okay, now see you. Okay, bye.